and many times over they're taken from them. They're robbed, you know, through lies and cheats and everything else. So I want to really, I want to see this company in 5 years from now, you know, we have, you know, I guess I wrote this down right here. We'll kind of go through here. You know, GeoStream has developed a market transferable solution that has shifted the concept of affordability to provide the opportunity for dreams to become a reality. And we can shift those buildings that maybe at one point were that, let's say, are freestanding modules that we can provide to the government to provide disaster relief.
Is spoken when, you know, like you were saying, if you ask for Kleenex, everybody knows what you mean. That whatever it is that the company does, it's done well, and that is why our name is spoken.
We do run 2 times, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Waste delivery, water, feeding, through their whole outlook. It is not just one thing. It is not just selling a product. I think probably one of the most important parts of that GeoStream has done is provide a new financial model. The old financial model made America strong, put housing on the map, but it also crushed America back in the 2009 year. So as we look back, as we look back on that time period, I think it is time for a new financial model. This financial market have an integrated need for success, and it's not a commodity. It's a society, and I think there's a huge difference. So as we look outside the box, I think that's a huge thing that we've been able to provide.
Thank you, sir. Bob?
All right. One thing that hasn't been brought, hasn't been discussed or opened up here is the modularity of the construction. We're dealing with these small units and factory, and let's call it a shop. I like that word a little bit better. They're going to be built under a roof under controlled conditions, and that's going to guarantee the quality, assure the quality. So much construction that's out there now. I own some rent houses, and I'm always having to work on them because the wood house. Let's take the model, instead of Kleenex, let's go to Honda. Honda started a revolution, truly can, through the modular construction and lean manufacturing, create a revolution, true revolution in how houses are built. And let me go a little bit more too about, and the factories too. Think upside down and started with the source of suppliers, with the manufacturers, instead of going from design or conception to design to implementation, and having a bunch of manufacturers and end users going, why didn't they do this? Or if they would have done this, I think it would have gone. That's where GeoStream has been different. And starting upside down, figuring out if we do this, we have a better product, we have a less expensive product that has financial sustainability, meaning that the end users in our, say in our urban area or our rural areas, they're getting into something that isn't automatically going to be worth half of what they paid, such as the trailer homes and such things. And you won't have guys that are on a limited budget all of a sudden dealing with $300 a month utility bills versus like us in our well-insulated home, you know, paying half that in a much more valuable property. So that's where GeoStream has been different, in that it's in product through a factory setting, through being modular and retaining its value, has actually had a positive impact on people that before now have never had that opportunity to have something that is going to be worth something in the future, and that is going to...
What is the effective thing to do, which means that we can keep on doing that forever because it is the effective thing to do, it's the sustainable thing to do. And it's also the efficient thing to do, which means that whatever it is we can keep on doing forever, we can also scale it in very, very large numbers, because we also solve the problem of how to do it efficiently. So effective first, and then efficient second. Second, in terms of house, not an expense but an income. Somehow it either is high scales of product for different geographical locations, and so GeoStream in that sense has become the brand name.
I have a question.
Like I said, redefine the American dream of just owning a home or just owning a piece of land to having people actually being part of a community, being part of a certain lifestyle that they can be part of. And maybe through portability, flexibility, have houses that could better fit the needs of their clients.
Sure.
For people to have independence and freedom that they didn't have before in fulfilling the American dream, both in how they live in this country and how they explore the country, because it's a beautiful place to live and explore. Along the way, I think we help people in communities that were previously underserved by providing quality, affordable, durable, sustainable solutions. Sustainable.
Thank you.
God bless America.
In 5 years, I want people not only to be talking about, not just the customers, about how proud they are to have one of our homes and how we've changed, we've got the effective and the much larger impact than just what our customers are going to be saying about us, but just really what we're creating on the other side.
One of our dealerships in another town, we have this competitor that literally...
Wait, now you have 300 dealerships, so you need to be specific.
Well, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but in Nacogdoches, our competitor there...
Well, very briefly, all I was going to say is I hope that when people think of GeoStream, they finally have a place to come to, that they can come not knowing anything about housing.
Cooperatively with governments, together with stakeholders in the public and private sector at local, national, regional, and even international levels to deliver integrated solutions for sustainable housing and lodging. That's a fundamental one. The second one is GeoStream will plan, finance, develop, and deliver sustainable housing and lodging solutions in a way that addresses the 3 dimensions of sustainability: environmental, social, and economic, in parentheses, while at the same time contributing to the elimination, reduction, and mitigation of poverty and of risk and vulnerability to natural hazards. And the way that it will do it formally, explicitly, systemically, systematically, proactively, and integrally. I mean, those are adjectives that describe the GeoStream brand. Third, given the interrelationships, interdependencies, and complexities of other factors affecting the whole lifespan of sustainable housing and lodging solutions, GeoStream will offer solutions that are, and these are 10 adjectives that describe what GeoStream will provide in 5 years to get that presidential award. Integrated, sustainable, customizable, flexible and adaptable, scalable, contextually sensitive, community-based, evidence-based, outcome pull and value-driven, and technology-enabled. Each one of these I could explain, but I'm not going to bore you. Fourth, GeoStream's Sustainable Housing and Lodging Initiative in solutions will be based on, will offer an opportunity for public-private partnerships at any level, from local to international, which will help link, coordinate, and integrate efforts as a single cohesive critical mass, while pooling, sharing, and leveraging resources. And then there's a list of all the stakeholders, policymakers and government officials, regulatory agencies, finance institutions, community